morning's session we're going to have 4 wonderful talks. I'm Charlotte Roy. I'm going to be your moderator, and our first comedian is going to be Steve Windels.
Is this microphone working?
Oh my God. Oh geez. Yes.
How are we doing this morning, Cragans? Good to see you all. So we appear to be snowed in at a remote resort. Now, what can go wrong? Am I right? I've watched, trying to work this microphone. Get rid of the stand, I'll hold it like this. I've watched the beginning of The Shining and the ending of Alive, and both of those movies turned out okay, so I think we're good. And this, what about this resort, by the way? Isn't this a crazy place? No offense to the Cragen staff here, but I literally left one room earlier and went out the front door, and that front door immediately led to the back door. I have no idea. It's like an MC Escher painting come to life in this place. But, oh yeah, let me see here. It's early in the morning. I'm just coming down from pacing the hallways frantically trying to get prepped for this. But anyway, remember the first time I learned that animals get VD. That's venereal diseases, by the way, for those of you who don't know what VD stands for. Maybe appreciate how much I have in common with my wildlife kin, right? I imagined some teenage rats coming home to tell their parents they had a venereal disease, and their Irish father saying, "That's what you get for hanging out in the sewer, boy." Or a tiger with his hoodie up and his hat pulled down, his dark sunglasses on, standing in line at the free clinic waiting to get his shots, hoping his buddies don't see him. Or prairie chickens walking around downtown, seeing a billboard. She picked up more than a mate on the booming grounds. But they're not the same, diseases that humans get, obviously. For example, zebra mussels, they get chlamydia, that's without the H. Chlamydia, work with me, people. Frogs and toads, John, anyone? Herpetitis, yes, nice try. It's hepatitis A, B, and C, but also the lesser known hepatitis Z. Rabbits get what? Herpes. Vultures get chondria. Everybody knows that. Any bird biologists in here, they would know that one. These microphones are terrible, by the way. Let's see, deer and caribou, elk, they get mucilosis. Alpacas, guanacos, vicuñas, they get papillomavirus. It's a true story, look it up. These microphones really suck.
I didn't make them.
So, can anybody still hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sally Lightfoot crabs. I still got to pretend like I'm doing this. Sally Lightfoot crabs. Everybody know the beautifully colored Sally Lightfoot crabs?
Yep.
They just get crabs. It's the same as us. What do you guys anybody ever think about the wildlife at Camp Ripley? They must be awful nervous over there, don't you think? Over on the training grounds. Did you hear something? What was that? Get down! Maybe it's the opposite, for some of those species that are a little twitchy normally anyway, like gray squirrels. I'm gonna try this again. Maybe it's hello. Maybe it's like no. This was not in the preparatory part of the act.
That's a problem.
Maybe it's like noise canceling headphones, So where the two frequencies cancel each other out. So, for example, like gray squirrels might be some of the most chill animals out there on the artillery range. This microphone's really throwing me off. I apologize.
Steven
Like-
Tyler.
Like these gray squirrels, they're, again, normally super twitchy, but they're on the artillery grounds. They're like, hey man, just relax, right? Like, what really is a bomb anyway, man? If you think about it. Okay, anyway, we got any wildlife biologists in the crowd tonight? No, nobody?
Morning.
Anyone? Anyone never raised their hand before? Anyone, seriously, any wildlife biologists in the crowd? Oh, here. Me too, cool. What made you want to become a wildlife biologist?
I like the hunt.
He likes that, okay, that's cool. I always wonder about those wildlife biologists whose last names are, they're actually named from a wildlife species. Michael Wolff, for example, was one of the first students of the Isle Royal Wolf Moose Project back in the 1960s. Did he feel compelled to go study wolves because of his last name? And if he did, is it basically genealogy research? I have a friend, Eric Beaver, right? So he went the opposite direction. Mom, Dad, I don't care what my last name is. I'm going my own way. I think beavers are stupid. I'm going to study pikas. True story, that's what he did. What if you had a really crazy last name? What if you were born again? When you're born, you don't pick your last name. It's just the name you're born with. What if you're born with something super crazy like, I don't know, Naked McMolerat, for example. Just spitball. What do you do? I'd be conflicted if it was me, right? Do you just totally run away from it like my friend Eric did? Or do you lean into it, Next on PBS Nature, Dr. Steve Naked McMolerat is here to take you underground to study the elusive naked bull rat. I think people would tune in. Again, there's only one wildlife biologist here, but what's the strangest question you've ever gotten once somebody found out you were a wildlife biologist?
Do you really jump out of helicopters?
There you go, that's cool. Do you?
Sort of words, yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I met a guy at a party once. He found out I was a wildlife biologist, and we got to talking. And then he found out what I studied for my graduate work, and he asked me about deer browsing patterns on Canada. I can't even get to the end of that. Just kidding. Nobody ever read any of those papers. It never happened. It's not a true story at all. But seriously, one time you just never know what you're going to get in response when somebody says, "What do you do?" and you say, "I'm a wildlife biologist," right? I was getting my hair cut once, and the one was making small talk. "What do you do?" "I'm a wildlife biologist." "Oh, okay. Well, what's a typical day like for you?" I said, "Well, I don't know. Just this morning I was doing an aerial survey for beavers." "Oh, those nasty beavers, cutting all the trees and making them floods." Wasn't expecting that. Making small talk here. Got a pair of sharp scissors, so didn't really push back too much. But parents are the worst, though, aren't they? I mean, except for the parents here. In general, parents are the worst, right? No matter how many times you tell them what you do or why you do it or how you do it, they just don't seem to get it, right? For example, if I told my mom, "Mom, I'm putting radio collars on bears this week." "Oh, Stephen, so interesting. You know what else is a real bear? This crossword puzzle. I've been stuck on 42 down all day." Or how many times you tell them, what you do again, or what agency you might work for, they just doesn't seem to get it. Like my dad. "Hey, any of your coworkers down there at the DNR know how many eel pout I can keep on Lake Muskegon?" "Dad, I'm a wildlife biologist for the Forest Service." "Well, okay, but can you still ask them?" This is a true story. My old graduate advisor, when he defended his PhD, his mother said to him, "Oh, David, congratulations, you're a doctor. Well, not the kind that helps people, but still good for you." Thank you.